Hi guys, happy Friday, TGIF, we made it through another week, way to go. I know my hair is crazy, sorry. I just wanted to talk a little bit today about using your pain in service of others. And it has come up a couple times for me this week in particular, and it's just been on my mind. So I wanted to talk a little bit about questions that we ask ourselves when we're in the midst of our struggle, when we're down in the pit, when everybody has abandoned us, when we're hurting and desperate. And a lot of times the question was, why me? You know, why is this happening? What good will ever come from this? How could good ever come from this? And they're good questions, and it certainly looked at the time for me like no good would ever come from this. You know, if I survive this, I'm going to be a wreck. I'm going to be a mess. My life will never be good again. And I was wrong, but it was my perspective at the time. And I have some quotes that I took off my Instagram that I want to read to you today, and then we'll talk a little bit. I'm also going to put the link to my Instagram below so you can follow me there. If you like, I post a lot of inspirational quotes. I love words. I think words are powerful. And for me, words and movie lines and song lyrics speak to me. They speak directly to my heart, and I carry them around with me always. So the first one says, why bother? Because right now there is someone out there with a wound in the exact shape of your words. And when I read that for the first time, it's a poem. I don't know the author of that poem, but when I read it for the first time, it punched me in the gut. I was like, wow, okay, so I can do this. I can write this book. I can talk on this podcast. I can do these YouTube videos because there's someone out there that needs to hear what I have to say. And the great thing, the value of struggle, any struggle, my struggle, your struggle, even if they're totally different, the value can be found in the way that we can use it to help others, always. And there is always a way to use it to help others. You are never the only one who's been through the thing that you're going through. And for me, that's been valuable. It's been life affirming. It's so encouraging. I apologize in advance because I'm probably going to get super emotional in this video today, but when I learned that there were people out there who also struggled, who some of them had struggles that were almost identical to mine, and they didn't have somebody talking about it, and they didn't know of ways that they could heal it or even keep moving forward. And my speaking about it and my writing about it encouraged them and helped them to know at least that they're not alone. At the very least, there's somebody out there who knows what it feels like to be me right now. There's so much value in that. And you can give somebody that by speaking your truth and telling your story. And in knowing that and in doing that, why wouldn't you do that? But in doing that, you take the focus off whatever inner turmoil is going on for you. And this is what happened with me. When I started to focus on purpose, when I started to focus on finding my voice and saying what's true for me and then sharing that with others, it became so much less important that it was uncomfortable for me, or how I looked on the video, or what I sounded like, or how many times I tripped over my words. Those things don't matter because I'm speaking always from my heart. I'm speaking always from my truth. And I'm speaking always with a purpose and a mission to help somebody else know that they're not alone, that they can be healed. I know because I've done it. So I encourage you to step out and tell your story. The next quote that I have is by Audre Lorde, and it says, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid. And that one, again, hit me right in my heart, because it doesn't matter if I'm afraid. That doesn't matter. That's so small and trivial and inconsequential. It's like when I was in college and I actually didn't graduate. I don't have a degree. I'm very close to a degree, but I don't have one because I didn't want to take the, get this, communications courses. I didn't want to stand up in front of a classroom and give speeches and be graded on that because it was terrifying for me. So I just didn't get my degree. That's how great that fear was. That's how much power it had over me. And it's ironic now because what I do is I talk to people and I talk on a podcast and I have YouTube videos, and I'm really out there with this because it's something that I believe in. And I think that's also a key, is that it has to be something that matters to you. It has to be something that you're passionate about, that you get emotional about, and it can't be that unless it's something that you've been through. So there's so much value in the struggle. There's value in the pain. There's value in your honesty and your authenticity, and just telling it exactly like it is or like it was for you. And the last quote that I have is Hemingway, and if you know me at all, then you know that he is my absolute favorite. He is my soul brother. Hemingway is my dude. I love the way that he writes. I love how raw and real he is. I love that he was not a perfect person, that he had sort of a tragic existence, and it fed his genius and his brilliance. And I think about him when I write and when I talk, because all I ever want is to be genuine and to be honest and to be raw and to be real. And, you know, at the expense of sometimes my reputation or what somebody else's perception of me is, that's okay, because it's in service of my purpose and my vision and my creating, and I want it always to come from a very authentic place. So Hemingway says, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward some are strong at the broken places." And for whatever reason, this one always makes me cry. I get so emotional, and I've read it 1,000 times, because I think the reason I get emotional is because I know what it's like to be broken. I have been broken. And to be now, years later, in a place where I am powerful, I am the opposite of broken. I'm such a warrior, and I'm able to use these things to help other people who are struggling, who feel broken, who feel alone. There's so much value in your struggle. There's so much value in it. And I know that it's hard and it's painful and it hurts. And even, you know, if it's in the past, you've already been through it and you just don't want to talk about it, I encourage you to talk about it, because for me with anxiety, talking about it and being able to use it meant that it was mine. It's something that I hold in my pocket. It's this big. It's not something that has power over me. It's not something that will ever have power over me again. It's not something that threatens my life or my marriage or my happiness anymore. And two things with that. The first is that you have the power, I have the power to give that power and that freedom to somebody else. So why would you not do that? And the second thing is that the more I talk about it, the more I share it, the more I claim it as my own and hand it out like it's a business card, and it's not a shameful thing, the less I feel it. I am free of anxiety, and I'm free of worry, and I'm free of just a lot of things that drag me down, because I talk about them, because I claimed them, because I decided my story was my decision. And if you know me, you're laughing about that too, because I'm so strong-willed and bullheaded and things when it comes to what I'm gonna do and who I am. And if you read the book, then you know that I'm a second-born child and definitely live up to the characteristics of that position. So say the thing, do the thing, share your thing. It puts you in a place of power, of ownership over it, and it brings peace and healing to other people who need it. So that's your Friday Fire, and I hope that it was encouraging. It was meant to be inspirational and uplifting and not heavy at all. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe to these videos and help me grow my channel. And then also, I'll put the link to the Instagram down below, and you can come and check out. I have hundreds of quotes on there, you guys. So I hope you have a great weekend, and thanks for watching, and I love you. Bye-bye.